Trigger warning, this video will discuss actual assault. Your discretion is advised. Guys, gals, and yes, honey, we got some petty mess, honey. We gotta get into the tea. What is going on with Nicki Minaj and her husband, Kenneth Zoo Petty? Child, well, y'all already know that he's a convicted offender and he has to be registered, and that's why her name be on the list and her address and be public knowledge and all. Oh, honey. When she said she wanted to get married, she should have got somebody else to do it. Well, shout out to Conscious TV, honey. The 1994 police interview of Kenneth Petty regarding the case of him assaulting Jennifer Hough. That interview has surfaced. The police interview has surfaced, honey. And we have the footage. Yes, we're going to get into it, baby. But before we get into Kenneth's 1994 interview, let's be reminded of Jennifer's side of the story.
It was September 16th of 94. It was a Friday morning. I was on my way to school, high school. I seen him at a bus stop. I didn't think anything of it other than there goes Kenny across the street. And he asked me where I was going. I said I was going to school. I asked him where he was going. He said he was going to school too. I might have said something like, yeah, right. And I turned away from him to look for, we had dollar vans back then. So I was looking for the bus or the dollar van. And before you know it, he was grabbing a hold of my jacket.
Jennifer, what happened after he grabbed you?
I felt something in my back. So I just assumed there was a gun.
Okay.
And I started walking. And I'm pleading with him the whole way. I'm trying to understand what does he want. And we get in front of this house. It might have been maybe the second or third house from the corner. And he kind of reaches behind me with his foot to push the door open. And he pushes me up the steps. We walk up the steps. I'm crying because now I'm inside. We walk up the steps and I'm continuously pleading with him. I'm asking him, like, what do you want? Like, if you just want me to chill here with you, I will. And then he said I knew what he wanted. He pushed me down on the bed. We wrestled for my clothes because all I could do was hold my pants like this, as tight as I can. I don't know why it didn't dawn on me to like really fight. I just held on to my pants and he'd hold my arms down and he squeezed the sides of my stomach so hard. And so I'd let go, and as soon as I let go, he'd grab my pants. It was like a tug of war. After a while, I just got tired. And I just felt maybe if he hurry up, I could just hurry up and leave. After he got off top of me, he stood in the mirror and he beat his chest. And he said, I'm the man, I'm the man. And so I'm asking him, please let me go. I won't tell nobody. And he just was into the mirror. He just into himself. And he went to light a cigarette. And I thought maybe I seen a roll of toilet paper on the dresser. And I thought maybe if I liked a cigarette, I could get the match to set the toilet paper on fire. And it went out. I squirted this contact lens cleaner in his face, and he was like, "Thank you for wiping my face," and he just washed the water. And at that time, I just seen this big plastic bottle, almost like the bleach bottle, sorry, and I just took it and swung it at him with all my might. And when he went to duck, I pushed him, and he fell in between the beds, and I just ran, and I just kept running, and before I knew it, I was in front of my school, and security guard was asking me, like, "Where have you been, Jennifer? You're late." And I told them, and they called the police, and the police came, and they put me in a van, and they asked me if I can show them the location of where this happened. I did, and I watched them bring him out in handcuffs, and then they took me to the hospital.
Now, her recount of the story is very important. Keep in mind that she was the one who led the police to where Kenneth was. Keep in mind that she gave details about the room, such as she pushed him between two beds, and she also mentioned a contact lens bottle that she squirted at him. Now, I want y'all to also keep in mind that she had bruising consistent with being choked, which is another reason why the police took her so serious in 1994. Not sure if y'all can see on this end. It should be in HD, but on my end it's very clear. There's definitely some bruising. It looked like it could be finger marks. So she showed up to school late, bruising on her neck, led the police to get Kenneth. Let's hear his side of the story.
And Mr. Petty, you were asked to sign the memo book,
Yes, I was.
and you did so?
Yes.
Now, Mr. Petty, you have the right to remain silent and refuse to answer questions. Do you understand what I have just said?
Yes.
Now that you have been advised of your rights, are you willing to talk to me and to answer questions?
Yes.
Okay, as I said, I understand you want to talk about an incident which occurred at 123-40 Inwood Street in Queens today on September 16th, 1994. What do you wish to say about that?
It didn't occur there.
What?
I saw the girl on the boulevard of Rockaway Boulevard. I was walking down the block. It was like 8 o'clock in the morning for school. And I went to wake my uncle up for work. So as I was coming back, I bumped into this girl named Jennifer. And her friend was walking. It was a male friend. And I know him. He's my friend. So we talking, and she was just sitting there. So after that, I just left. And I went back to my house. So I went to sleep. And my uncle had left and went out to work without locking the door. So the next thing I know, police was up in my face, talking about I had raped somebody, and I did not rape nobody.
Okay, you saw Jennifer today?
Yes.
And who was she with?
She was with this boy named I think his name was, what's this boy name? I know him too.
Now, this is supposed to be your friend. You just saw them earlier this day, and you can't think of his name?
Well, let's start with how you know him. How do you know him?
Oh, we used to play basketball in the park.
And do you know where he lives? Okay.
It just a regular it was like a tournament in 150th Park. And we used to be on the opposite side of the team, and we used to, just play.
Okay, and you can't remember his name? You have to answer out loud.
I know his face. I know his face when I see him. But I know his face when I see him, but I'm not sure. But I know his first name is what's his first name? I think it's Donovan. Donovan is something like Donovan.
Okay. If you think of his
like
name,
that.
you can let me know.
Yes.
While we're
It's something like Donovan. It's something like Donovan.
talking. You have to answer out loud because the microphone is here to pick up everything you say. So you saw her about what time this morning?
Like around 8:30 in the morning.
And where was it you first saw her?
I was at the store. Then I saw her at the bus stop going to school.
Okay, and both times was she with this person, Donovan or Donnie? And what did you say or do?
I said something to him about basketball, and then I said something to her, and she got smart like, what? And
I said he's stuttering. I can tell you lying. Stutter, 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 stutter.
like nothing, just leave it at that, and I just kept on walking, cause like no longer than like nothing basketball, and then I said something to her, and she got smart like, what? And I was like, nothing, just leave it at that, and I just kept on walking, cause like no longer than like a year ago, this happened again like this.
What happened?
I had, you know what I'm saying, you know, like I had sex with her, put it like that, and something went down like last year, and she was like, she just don't want to mess with me no more, and I must have said something wrong, got my face today that must have made her upset.
He's still stuttering, ain't he? He still can't quite get it together. He must have said something on his face that made her upset, but he can't remember what he said.
She just don't want to mess with me no more, and I must have said something wrong, got my face today that must have made her upset enough for her to call rape on me, because I did not touch that girl, man.
Well, you had sex with her before, you said.
Yes.
When was that?
Last year.
And did you have a relationship?
Yeah, it was a little relationship, you could say.
Like how long?
It was like 2 months, 3 months.
Okay, and what happened when that relationship ended?
We just stopped speaking. She had went down south, and I had went down south, and we both coming back this year.
Okay, how did you break up? Were you friends still, or you weren't friends, or what?
She was messing with this other guy, and he got killed on Rockaway Boulevard. This kid named Corey she was messing with. He got killed by somebody, I don't know. The next thing you know, she just felt like, you know, like something was wrong. So I was like, I'm just gonna leave you alone, you know. You feel you need your time, your other friend you had, you was messing with him, he had died, you feel, you know what I'm saying, messed up, so I ain't even going, you know what I'm saying, go through it like that.
That's what caused you two to break up?
Yes.
A year ago? And did you see each other during the course of this year?
Yeah, we saw this year. We saw a lot. So mostly every day as she was going to school, because I was supposed to be going and get enrolled too.
Where?
At John Adams.
Okay, but you're not enrolled yet. Okay, and how was it today? How was it when you saw her? What kind of conversation or whatever did you have?
It wasn't no real conversation, because I was talking to my what's name, Donovan, I think, Donnie. We was talking about the basketball, how we was gonna try to go. I was gonna get up in the school and try to play for them. You know what I'm saying? And next thing you know, she just came out her face and said something, and I said something to her, like, you know what I'm saying? Then that was that. I walked.
What did she say?
I think she said, you ain't gonna get up in the school looking like that. And I think I said something like, what? And then I just left. I know. Well, hold up. No. I said. As a matter of fact, I said, I hope you're not going nowhere where I think you're not going. Because she was with him. And I was like, all right. So I just left. And I went to my house like, it was like no longer than a half an hour later. Probably so, because I was asleep. And I was looking at the time, and I went to sleep and woke up. It was a light in my face. And I'm like, hey, let me get my shirt. You know?
And that was when the police were there? You'd say it was a half hour after you saw her?
It had to be. Like a half hour.
Do you remember what she was wearing?
She had to have on some green pants, a white shirt, and what kind of sneakers? She had on some Fila sneakers. Okay. To be exact. And a little blue and something color bag on her shoulder.
Okay. What were you wearing?
This what I got on right now.
You were wearing this Apache T-shirt when you saw her, and shorts. Are those shorts?
Guess shorts.
And sneakers. Okay. And now. You live at 12340 Inwood Street. Yes. How long have you lived there?
All my life.
And which one is your bedroom in that house?
Right upstairs. Right. Okay. As soon as you walk upstairs, right there. My aunt sleeps right there, and I sleep right there.
Okay. Was your aunt home today?
No, she had just left.
Was anybody else home when the police came?
No, my uncle had. That's how the door was open. The door supposed to have been locked, but my uncle went to work and he don't have no keys, so when he come out to lock it. So he just left the door open. You can even ask him. Nobody was in that house.
Okay. And he left the door open when he left?
Yeah.
Okay. And Now, did you have sex with Jennifer today? You have to answer out loud.
No.
When was the last time you had sex with her?
Last year,
Okay.
93.
Did you have sex with anyone today?
No.
In that room, did you have a girl in your house today?
No.
You didn't bring any girl to that house?
Nope.
Okay, so if somebody said they saw you bring somebody to that house, they would be mistaken?
Mm-hmm.
Today?
Mm-hmm.
With her before, you said?
Now that usually means that they have somebody saying that they seen a girl go in the house with you today.
Okay, so if somebody said they saw you bring somebody to the house, they would be mistaken?
Mm-hmm.
Today?
Mm-hmm.
When was the last time you had a girl in that house?
See, it's a long time because really my grandma just went down south with somebody that passed. One of my aunts and stuff. She don't allow no girls in there.
Okay, where did you and Jennifer have your relationship when you were having a relationship?
Oh, we was at my other friend's house.
Where is that?
I think it was on 147 on Rockaway Boulevard.
And what's that friend's name?
Jamel.
And you and Jennifer would go to Jamel's house?
Mm-hmm.
And that's where you had sex?
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever go to her? You have to answer out loud.
Yes.
Did you ever go to her house?
Yeah. Yes.
Did you ever go to her house and have sex there?
No.
Okay. Did you ever bring her to your grandmother's house and have sex there?
No.
Never?
Never.
Okay. Now, when...
He said she never been to his grandmother's house, right? That's what he said, right? Well, how she knew where you was at, Kenna?
And the Officer Booth saw you today and he asked you how old you were. You told him you were 14.
Mm-hmm.
You have to answer
Yes.
out loud. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 16.
So, you lied when you told him you were 14?
Yes.
Why did you do that?
Because I didn't know what was going on, man.
When was this?
Today.
Okay, what do you mean you didn't know what was going on?
I didn't know what was going on. Why should I tell him everything when I don't even know what's going on? I'm trying to ask him a question and he like, how old are you? You know, I was like, I'm 14.
Okay, but you're stating that you did nothing wrong today, right?
Yes.
Okay, but you lied when he asked you how
Yes,
old you
I
were.
did lie, yes.
Okay. And you've been arrested before?
Yes.
And you know that they ask you those questions
Yes.
for certain reasons?
Mm-hmm, yes.
Okay. How long have you known Jennifer?
Ever since preschool, daycare center.
Okay. And just to clarify, what's her last name?
It's her last name. I think it's Brits. Jennifer. Wait up.
Is it Hough?
How?
Hough? Does that sound familiar?
You was in a relationship with a girl for months and you didn't know her last name, Kenna?
How? No.
You don't know. Okay. Let me ask you something. So you've seen her just about every day
Yes.
since you broke up, as you say?
Yes.
And when you've seen her just about every day, when would you
Yes.
see her and where?
I would see her either coming from school or going to school. Cause she's a nice girl. She doesn't do nothing but go in the house, does her homework. You know, cause I used to be with her sometimes, helping her do her homework, going to the library and stuff.
Okay. And did you ever see her with people or
Yeah,
alone?
she used to be with people.
Okay. And did you have conversations with her on those other mornings you'd see her?
Yes.
And today was just like any other morning when you saw her?
Yes.
And you mostly talked to her friend and not even to her?
Yeah.
Just about?
Yeah.
So when you left, were you mad?
No.
No. And when she left, did she seem mad?
I don't know.
How did she seem when she left?
She's really, I can't tell you because I did not look back to look at her.
Okay. Now, are you working right now?
No.
Okay. And I need to know, you were wearing these shorts and a t-shirt.
Yes.
Were you wearing any undershorts?
Yes.
Okay. What type? Boxers or?
Boxers.
Okay. Do you have them on still?
Yes.
The same ones?
Yes.
All right. The officer's going to need to take those and voucher them as well for
Yes.
evidence, okay?
Mhm.
So he'll do that when we finish this interview.
Yes.
All right?
Yes.
Now, you recall before, when your mother was still here, she gave you a form, a consent form, to go into the house and to look for certain property.
Yes.
Do you recall that?
Yes.
All right. And do you remember reading this And signing your name at the bottom?
Yes.
And is this your signature over here?
Yes.
And in the bedroom in which you sleep, did you keep a knife in there?
Yes, there's little things and dishes in there.
Okay, and what's the knife in there for?
The downstairs is messed up.
What do you mean?
The kitchen is messed up. It's like we got all the cups and stuff is in our room basically.
Okay, and there was a knife in there?
Yes.
And it was on the dresser?
Nah, it was in a little bucket. It should be a little bucket on my dresser with a whole bunch of pots and a whole bunch of stuff.
Is this the knife that was in your room?
Yes.
Okay, and on your dresser?
Yes.
Okay.
It shouldn't have been on my dresser though.
Can you get that?
Hold it tilted, sorry. Got it.
And do you recognize this bottle?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Where do you recognize that from?
What I recognize it from?
Yeah.
From my aunt.
Okay. In your bedroom?
Yes.
Okay.
Turn the surface. No, it's the other way.
She said she sprayed him in the face with contact solution, right?
Now, why would, if you and Jennifer have been friends for years, why would she say something like this?
No idea, man.
You have no idea?
None whatsoever.
And I just want to show you some photographs. The bottle of eye lotion on the dresser. Do you recognize that photograph?
Yes.
Is that from your room?
Yes.
Okay. And this one shows one side view of your room.
Yes.
Look, and this part is your bed right here?
Yes.
Okay, and that blanket was on the bed?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know if you can get these. And this is another.
How did she know that there were two beds put together? If she hadn't been in your house.
Okay, and this one showing the blankets on your bed
Yes.
or your aunt's bed. Which one is that?
Let me see. Hold
Well,
up.
they're close together, right? They're two
Yeah.
single beds pushed together?
No, this is my bed right here, I think, 'cause that's my clothes over there.
All right. And where does your uncle live in that house?
My uncle doesn't live in a house.
All right, but well, was he there this morning and then left the door open? That's a different uncle?
My uncle's down south.
Okay. So who was it you were saying left today?
Oh, my other uncle that worked, that lived downstairs now.
How many people live in that house?
4.
Okay. Officer, do you have any questions? When you saw Jennifer today, did you notice any bruises on her?
No.
No? Okay. I have nothing further.
I know we got a lot going on. I know it's a lot of tea to process. It's a lot of tea to process, honey. Take time to process it. And let's get back to Jennifer and her story. I think Jennifer has a bit more to say.
And then they took me to the hospital.
I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry.
Now, Kenneth was arrested, but his family came and claimed that the two of you were in a relationship. Is any of that true?
No, we were never in a relationship, ever. We never had no type of romantic anything. We never talked on the phone. We never hung out together. I just knew him from the neighborhood.
At what point during the trial it was reported that you tried to recant your accusations? What happened?
Instead of me going home after that happened because I ran to school, I wasn't able to involve family members of what happened. The police had got involved right away, so they were pretty upset about the threats that, I better drop the charges. So the lady who raised me, she was much older. And to prevent fear from that house, I was forced to go up to the courthouse on his court date. I wasn't supposed to be there. They had me hiding on the steps. They, meaning my family, had me on the stairwell, waiting for his court to come up. And it just so happened that the district attorney took the steps that day. And she seen me and she asked me, Jennifer, what are you doing here? And because my back was to my family, I was able to tell her that they were trying to force me to drop the charges. So when it came time for court, I believe the judge might have asked a question, and I stood up in court and I just blurted out, I want to drop the charges. I never said it didn't happen. I just said I want to drop the charges. And the judge said, take it to the DA. And they told me to leave. You know, like the district attorney.
Child, I don't know about y'all, but I'm I'm with the victim. I'm always with the victim unless I have reason to believe otherwise. But Jennifer seems genuine. Mm. Now Nikki notably went off and was responding to Barb's and a lot of other people. And Nikki left this comment, one of the many that she left during that time when the Barb was trying to figure out who this Kenneth Petty was. And Nikki made it clear that she was under the impression that they were in a relationship. Nikki is it's not looking like their relationship was valid. I'm thinking Kenneth might have told you lies. I'm thinking it might have been like Nikki. The next thing I want you to tweet is this, Nikki. I think this is the direction you should be going in. If Kenneth want to get married, get somebody else to do it. Child, it ain't looking good, honey. Shout out to Jennifer Hough, honey. Sending peace, love, and blessings out to Jennifer Hough, honey. Let me know what y'all think about this. Does this make y'all feel differently about Nikki? I know I got some barbs out there watching, honey. Does this make you feel differently about Nikki? Do you think Nikki should stay with Kenneth? Do you believe Jennifer? Do you still think that Kenneth was railroaded? Let me know in the comments. Please like, share, and subscribe. And peace, love, and blessings to you and yours until we speak again.